Hello, I know it's been a minute. I hope you're doing well. In case you're wondering, those of you who might have watched the primary channel may know what has been pretty much going on with me far as like stepping away from YouTube. But in case you don't, long story short, had a bit of an illness early August, and I spent the rest of that month and September trying to pretty much overcome that, and I pretty much have. And even before that, I was in the middle of freelance work, which I did finish, but there was a huge standstill in the middle due to some unfortunate circumstances, which I'm not going to go into because I don't think I am at liberty to discuss that. But nevertheless, we're back. And now that we're in the month of October, perfect time to delve back into the big collection of visual novels that I have on my Steam account. And seeing it is October, was looking for some stuff that's pretty horrifying and very dark, horror-vians, if you will. And I just picked one at random. You see the title. We're gonna be delving into Up All Night. I have never played this. I think I bought it on sale maybe some time ago. But just saying, it's about to be a full-on first impression. Not familiar with it. I didn't even want to look up the summary or anything. However, we do have a warning here. This game incorporates mature themes including physical violence, suicidal ideation, medication abuse, trauma response, and visual and written depictions of gore. So, trigger warning right here. Trigger warning. If this is not your thing, you know what's up. Let's go. Let me in. No, I want to use Discord. This artwork is pretty nice. And just as I say that, it gets a little bloody. Ooh, this looks like it's gonna possibly be intense. Up all night. That was probably inappropriate. That was probably very inappropriate. Already the sound design has got me on edge. But I like that. Let's start. Music, thought, pointillism. Pointillism. You know what? I'm curious as to what that means. Got my cell phone right here. I'm gonna do a bit of research. Pointillism. Pointillism, a technique of... Am I even saying it right?
Pointillism.
I am. A technique of neo-impressionist painting using tiny dots of various pure colors which become blended in the viewer's eye. It was developed by Georges Seurat. With the aim of producing a greater degree of luminosity and brilliance of color. Very interesting. They highlighted the words brilliance and luminosity. Long story short, I just finished writing a poem that involves those two things. Okay. I'm liking what I'm hearing so far. That's the mom talking. It was a long drive, but we made it. You feeling okay, sweetie? I told you I'm fine. I just want to lie down. You go do whatever. My mom looked out the cabin window and went quiet. She looks disappointed. She was talking nonstop about that mountain village the whole drive up. Look, why don't you go back to that town and look around? I'll unpack and watch a movie or something. She hesitated and a worried expression crossed her face. Why does she have to keep looking at me like that? It's been 4 months. I don't know. You haven't been alone since... Ugh! Stop being like that. I told you I'm fine. Just go see the town. It seems like your kind of thing. But Nick... I'm fine. I just want to be alone. I can empathize and sympathize there. Why does she have to be like that? I'm tired of all the pity. She hesitated, then sighed, the worrying shifting to resignation. If you're sure. We're only here for a week. Go have a good time. Footsteps in the snow. Reminds me of the song Blood Upon the Snow from the God of War Ragnarok soundtrack. I have not played God of War Ragnarok. I just know several close friends of mine love Hosier, who sings the song. And he performed it at the Game Awards, and I like that song even though I will probably never play God of War Ragnarok. Just not my thing. I'm not saying it's trash. After we unloaded our luggage, I ushered her out the door. She waved at me before driving back down the road. Good. I can finally be alone. Like I wanted. I put my stuff away and spent a few hours playing games on my phone, so we're Nick. Oh, you got screwed. No cell service, though. This sucks. No cell service, though. This sucks. Not like there's anyone I want to call anyway. It was starting to get late and my mom still hadn't come back. She called a few hours ago on that cabin phone. Just had to tell me about the crummy little stores in town. Probably got distracted with all the shopping. Even noting the sounds. Shit, it's getting pretty loud out there. Man, working up a sweat over here. I pulled the curtain aside. A snowstorm. Crap. I hope she wasn't driving back when this hit. Man. The phone? I picked up the receiver. Nick, I'm so sorry. She sounds upset. Did something? What's wrong? Are you hurt? What? No. I was still in town looking around when this huge snowstorm hit. There's an officer here saying the roads are closed, probably at least until tomorrow night. I'm going to have to stay over at the motel tonight. Pretty silly I left my luggage at the cabin, huh? Dang. She laughed, but there was definitely a panicked edge to it. Jeez, you made it sound like you were dying when you called. Look, just get some rest. I'll see you in the morning. My heart was pounding up near the back of my throat. At least she isn't hurt. I can deal with sleeping alone for the night. I just wish she didn't worry so much. All I could think of was her rushing into my hospital room 4 months ago. I never wanted to see her like that again. Really. I'll be fine. Will you really be okay for a whole night? I told you already. I can handle it. I'm 18. I've graduated. I'm not a little kid or anything. Well, that's one of those types of things, huh? Just don't drive up until the road is safe. My voice cracked a little. Crap. I have to keep it together. If she does something stupid and gets hurt rushing back because of me. Okay, I'll wait until it's safe. I'm so sorry, honey. You're stuck out there alone after I talked you into coming up here. I never should have taken you on such a long drive. Ugh! I slammed his fist down on the table right next to the phone. Nick? Sorry, I just tripped over the chair. Wasn't paying attention. I used pissed off. Oh, okay. Just remember, the medication is in the suitcase if you need... The lion went dead. Dang! Mom, you there? Shit. Great. She probably thinks I hung up on her. I tried to call back. Nothing. No dial tone, no static. Nothing. Well, isn't this going to be a great trip? The next few hours passed more fitfully than the first few had. Why did she have to pick such a crappy cabin? The phone doesn't even work now. And the way it just went dead, I couldn't call for help that day either. Oh, shoot. Here we go. My cell phone was laying on the rocky ground in shattered pieces, reduced to a useless hunk of plastic and glass. It's only glass. It's only glass. Let me shut up. I tried to use it anyway, but the screen wouldn't even turn on. Calm down. It was just the storm that knocked the pole down or something. I should just be glad the power's on. And seconds later, the power's gonna cut off. Anyway, this isn't anything like that time. Oh, shoot! Who out there walking during the snowstorm? What the hell? The door? If she did something stupid like drive back before the road was safe. I got up to answer it. I threw the door open, expecting to see my mom's shocked face. It wasn't her. I wonder what he saw with that look on his face. Ooh. Strident promenade for our newfound friend Felix. It's amazing when the frickin' the music credits pop up and I think that they might have spoiled who this gentleman is. Some guy around my age was standing there, his fist raised up in front of my face like he was about to knock again. His eyes went a little wide and he lowered his arm to his side. Oh man, this is super awkward. Apologies if I woke you. I was just checking up on all the guests. You would be... Oh, I'm Nick. Who are you? He extended his hand out toward me. Apologies again. I asked your name and didn't give mine. I'm Felix. The corners of his lips twitched as he tilted his head to the side, a piece of dark hair falling over his left eye. My father owns the cabins out here, but he's out of town right now. He wanted me to make sure everyone's all right. What with the bears and the what with the bears and the garbage last night and the storm tonight? His hand was still extended out toward me, probably like that. Shake hand, shake hand, shake hand. I trust him. I reached out and shook his hand. His grip was firm and his fingers cold. I wonder why he's come by so late. He must be pretty cold. He doesn't have a jacket. He sure doesn't. Do you want to come in and warm up? It's pretty cold out there. You don't mind? I did forget my jacket. Don't know what I was thinking, really. Is there anything you need to make your stay more comfortable? Actually, yeah, the phone went out earlier. Do you want me to take a look? He gestured to the phone on the nightstand. My mom's been stuck in town. She's probably been trying to call. Yeah, come in and take a look. Maybe you can fix it. I moved out the way so he could come in. He smiled at me as he stepped inside and went over to the phone. I fiddled with my cell phone, eyeing the empty reception bars. Well, at least I downloaded a couple of offline games so I have something to do past the time. I wish there was more reception up here. It's weird having to use one of these old phones. The price of isolation, I suppose. Well, the phone looks fine. There must be something wrong with the line. It'll probably be out until someone can come up here and do repairs. Well, crap. So much for that. I guess I can't call her back then. Her? Did you come here with your girlfriend? Ugh, no, definitely not. It's my mom. She got stuck out in town because of the storm. No girlfriend, then. Why are you so obsessed with that piece of information? Felix smiled again and raised an eyebrow. We locked eyes and there was a strange intensity in his gaze. What's with this guy? Why is he asking me something like that? That's exactly what I said. No, I don't. I tried to push Bree's face out of my thoughts and a wave of nausea washed over me. Who's Bree? Who's Bree? You got a little crushy crush, man? No, I never actually asked her out. She was never my girlfriend. Brakes. I don't know why I was about to say brakes shifted, and that's totally not what that says. Brakes shrieked and then went silent as the wheels lost traction and the left. What? Wait a minute. Hold up. Hold up. I know I'm a. Let me try that again. Brakes shrieked, then went silent as the wheels lost traction and left the road. We were tumbling down the embankment, everything spinning in slow motion. What the world is this? Oh snap, it's a flashback? Bree was there somewhere. The back, Tyler was up front. I think Bree might have been screaming, but the blood was pounding so loudly in my ears. Not sure who this might be, I'm gonna assume it's Bree. Wrong? Everything is wrong. Everything has been wrong since. I felt an arm slip around my waist. Bree? No, she was in the back seat. There were hands on my shoulders now, shaking me back and forth. I could hear someone calling from a distance. I'm gonna assume these little segments here are just him being trapped in his mind. Nick, that is. Nick, what's wrong? My eyes slid back into focus and I found myself sitting on the couch. Shit, I had a flashback. I thought I was over those. I was covered in cold sweat and bile was rising in the back of my throat. Don't puke on his freaking lovely tailored suit. That's impolite. My leg was throbbing and my neck ached. No, don't think about it. I'm fine. I'm gonna be fine. Nothing. Just tired. Long drive, you know? Must have fallen asleep on my feet or something. I rubbed at my leg and winced before feigning a yawn. Yes. Anyone would be tired after a drive like that. I'll call in a technician once the road is cleared. I stood up and almost immediately the dizziness hit again. Felix opened the front door. Please leave. I think I might pass out. Or maybe have another one of those things. I don't need this guy to watch that again. Sucks you couldn't fix it, but thanks for trying. Felix turned towards me and gave a shallow bow, finishing it off with a twirl of his hand. His eyes met mine again. It really feels like he's looking into the back of my skull. I shivered, the cold wind blowing over me from the open door. It was good to meet you, Nick. It's lonely up here. Perhaps we can spend more time together once you've settled in. There's something interesting about you. Without waiting for my reply, I slipped out into the moonlit night. In the distance, the thunder of the storm still echoed. It's pretty late now. Maybe I should just watch TV on this old set. There's even a tape player built into it. Who the hell has videotapes anymore? Well, Nick, I don't know about videotapes, but physical media is kind of, I'm not gonna say in, but much sought after these days. I don't know what time this took place. It has to be sometime since he has a cell phone, right? These cabins need some serious upgrades. At least there's still power. When I turned the TV on, some old horror movie was playing. Freaking horror movies on freaking horror freaking ends. There was a woman screaming, covered in blood as she ran through a dark tunnel. And let me guess, you're gonna see something just like that later. Something was creeping behind her, claws dragging along a stone cavern as it tracked her down. Yeah, no thanks. I changed the channel to some late night information. Dang. Some late night infomercial for some weird fancy blender. Man is so scared of the horror he watch and mess about blenders. Perfect. Couldn't stay awake even if I tried with this boring thing on. I fell asleep to that, the sounds of chopping and blending on the small set more comforting than the thoughts that would have come floating up in that awful silence. So you freaking listening to Blender ASMR. I mean, you look on YouTube, so there's a whole bunch of stuff out there like that. The dreams came anyway. Uh-oh. The dim awareness of the car rolling, the need but the inability to blink. God dang. No. No, I need to get out of here. I was rolling, my body snapping from side to side as the car crunched down the embankment. Why is this always the start of the dream? It wasn't the start of that night. I could hear the brakes when I slammed them down. Then their scream went silent when the tires lost the road. Yeah, that's what happened first, except I'm still rolling right now. That's not right. Their eyes were on me, gazes worming up my spine. Bree is behind me. Tyler's in the front passenger seat. Don't look. Don't look. Instead, I stared fixedly at the bloody crimson rivulets dripping down the dash. There were strips of flesh and torn hair pinched in the starburst crack in the windshield where Tyler's head had hit. Why did you do it? I didn't mean to. Why weren't you looking? I'm sorry. Look at me now. Oh, shoot. I can't. Why didn't you die? I woke up, shuddering and coated in chilly sweat that rolled down my forehead into my eyes. A groan escaped my lips, and I pressed my palms into my closed eyes until I saw stars. I wish I could stop those dreams. At least I won't be alone again tonight. So given that right there, I'm going to assume that... Are Bree and Tyler dead? It was light outside and the TV was still on. The morning news was playing. Quite the storm we had last night. The pass up to Aspen Lodge has been closed until the city can plow it. Hope you vacationers have a cozy fire and a book because it's going to be at least another night before it's clear. I groaned again. That was not the sort of news I wanted to hear. Not at all. Oh my God. I don't think anybody's getting a lot of the news they want to hear right now, especially. Never mind then. I guess it's another day alone. No reason to wait around here. Might as well go out and get some air. Maybe I'll run into that guy. What was his name? Felix? Or maybe I'll get lucky and get mauled by that bear. I won't have any more nightmares then. Ha. Oh, there he is. I opened the door to leave and nearly walked into Felix, who was standing just outside. Ah! What the? It was snowing lightly, the sky still overcast from last night's storm. He sighed and rubbed at the bridge of his nose as if he had a headache. I wanted to apologize for last night. I can be a little, I don't know, intense. And here I am surprising you again. I've made a bad impression, haven't I? There was a light dusting of snow on his shoulders, and there were slight bags under his eyes that made him look tired. He was holding a small basket at his side, the contents wrapped in a blue checkered cloth. Looks like he didn't get any sleep last night. Was he out looking for that bear? It's fine. Don't worry about it. Most of the people who came up here are either retired or parents with young... Dang it, I lost a voice. Most of the people who come up here are either retired or parents with young kids. Needless to say, they aren't great for conversations that hold my interest. I may have gotten a bit carried away with my introduction. It was simply refreshing to meet someone like you. I told you it's fine. I mean, I'm not exactly normal myself. Yes. True. You seem like someone who understands isolation. Yeah, I guess. But I'm only here for a couple days. It isn't like I'm gonna be here forever. Oh, well, of course. I'm not a fool, Nick. I was thinking I should come over tonight. I would like to get to know you better. I would regret it if our time was defined by one single strange meeting. I'll let him come over. Sure, I guess. Oh, good. I was worried I'd put you off too much. Here, as an apology. He handed me the basket he was holding. I unfolded the cloth covering the contents. Inside were a couple of bottles of sparkling water, a bunch of individually wrapped toffees, and a package of off-brand peach rings. Sweet. The, guest shop is a little low on selections for this sort of thing, but it is a little something to apologize about the phone. See you tonight then? Yeah. See you tonight, I guess. He's kinda weird, but I guess it's better than being stuck alone for another night. I'll see you then. Maybe I'll bring a movie. Unless you have a suggestion? Well, I'm kinda stuck up here, so nope, no suggestions. Unless you have a way to get wireless internet that I don't know about. Oh no, unfortunately it's rather expensive. The phone lines took quite a hit. The phone lines took quite a while to get hooked up, and, well, no. How reliable those are. Yeah, I guess that's too much to ask for. Anyway, I guess I'll see you tonight. I'm sure whatever you end up bringing will be better than infomercials and phone games. Oh, well, I may end up disappointing you. I don't have many things like that. Don't you live up here? What the heck do you do? He just works. See? He just works. Oh, mostly working. I read at times, and I also go for walks fairly often. I mean, with a lovely landscape like this, how could I resist? Anyway, see you tonight. Have fun exploring. With the wave, he turned to leave. I guess I really would be alone for the day. Unless... Hey! You wouldn't want to come with me, would you? Felix glanced back and seemed to consider my offer. For a moment, he looked like he was about to agree before shaking his head regretfully. No, I have too much to do. I do look forward to hearing about your day, though. Perhaps you can provide some suggestions for freshening this place up. Maybe we can explore more tonight. I don't know about going out at night, what with the bear and all. A small smile creased his lips, and it made me realize just how tired he looked. My current project, actually. I need to preserve the safety of my guests. He continued on his way and left me standing at the door holding the strange gift basket he'd given me. I trudged around the side of the house, the bright white snow making me squint. There was a trail nearby with a frozen pond about 3 miles away that my mom had wanted to visit. I guess I could go check it out and let her know if it's worth her time. The air was strangely still after the harsh winds from the night before. It made everything feel less real. The trees are actually pretty beautiful out here. The bark is almost as white as the snow. It kind of looks like some sort of fantasy show or something. Almost said fantasy snow. And then I saw it. What did he see? You're gonna have to... I'm so bad at that. I tried to pull the freaking Howie Mandel from Deal or No Deal. You're gonna find out... See, I messed it up again. You're gonna have to find out in the next part right here, because usually I try to at least cut these off at like a 30-minute mark or whatnot. But yeah, so far, so interesting here. Soundtrack's really nice. So far, story does seem interesting. This art style just kind of got me. But yeah, looking forward to continuing to delve into Up All Night. I don't know why I keep doing that. But until the next part there, I will await your return on Chrysalid's Unorthodox Path.